We've got, see what time it is here. All right.
9:29 on my phone, on my Fitbit, which is synced to my phone.
A few more seconds. Precision. All right, it is 9:30. We'll call our meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In our prayer for the morning, Heavenly Father, we beseech your divine guidance in this meeting. Keep us ever mindful of our obligations. Grant us, dear Lord, wisdom, tolerance, and courage, that we may well serve our county and fulfill our trust. Amen.
Amen.
Steve, could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Yeah, move to approve the minutes of March 30th.
Second.
Thank you. We've got a motion and a second. Any corrections or changes? Roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes. We'll move into our resolutions. Andy Conrad, I don't see Andy here today. I don't see anybody on Andy's behalf.
There is a couple, though, resolutions. Scott, you want to just present them?
Or I can just do them, Scott.
Yeah.
The first resolution is accepting and awarding the 2021 Multi-Road Improvement Project, OPWC number CI23X in York and Medina Townships for the Medina County Engineer. The second resolution is determining necessity to close Fenn Road between Huntington Street and Pearl Road. The third resolution is determining the necessity to close Lake Road between Wedgewood Road and University Boulevard. The fourth resolution is authorizing participation in the ODOT winter contract for road salt. And then we have the permits. So could I have a motion to approve those four resolutions?
Yeah, move to approve the 4 resolutions.
Second, and I'm not surprised they are very busy out there, if the cones are any.
Yeah, I almost wanted to say, do we have to approve the road closings? Aren't there enough?
I think they're only going to get worse.
Yeah, I have that feeling.
Okay, roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes. You know, interestingly, the State Route 18 project will be underway.
Right, for 2 years, yeah.
The
city
three.
project
Three?
over here on Liberty Street will be underway.
Yeah.
The courthouse project will be underway. And the roundabout at Route 3 and 162 will be underway.
Well,
And 3.
All at the
Three.
same, Route
And
3,
three.
Route 3
Yeah.
and 162.
3
will
between
be
here and
underway.
Hinckley is all torn up.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it will be an interesting summer and winter and next summer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that old joke, you can't get to there from here, won't be the operative phrase.
Right. Okay, we will move on to Drew Lacey, our budget officer, who is going to present for the assistant county administrator.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have 9 resolutions for your consideration. The first is the amending of the appropriation measure resolution. The second is a cash transfer for various funds resolution. This includes a transfer of $114,450.50 from the auto title fund to the general fund to pay for new firearms for the Sheriff's Office per an agreement between the Sheriff's Office and the Clerk of Courts. The third is a resolution approving the transfer of Medina County inventory between various Medina County offices. The fourth resolution is declaring Medina County property as excess property. The fifth is a resolution authorizing the purchase of 7,100 gallons of regular unleaded gasoline for the engineering center. This bid was awarded to Ports Petroleum with the lowest bid of $1.87 per gallon for regular unleaded gasoline. The sixth resolution is authorizing the submission of a grant application for a Family First Council Operational Capacity Building Funds grant. The seventh is a resolution amending the purchase of service agreement between the Western Reserve Area Agency on Aging and the Medina County Board of Commissioners for the Office of Older Adults for fiscal year 2021. The eighth resolution is allowing expenses of county officials. This is for the Ohio Juvenile Detention Directors Association Spring Conference in Mount Sterling, Ohio for Director Stoller, and a verbal de-escalation and crisis communication skills training in Columbus, Ohio for 2 Juvenile Detention Center employees. The ninth and final resolution is the claims for this week for $5,223,867.71, of which $4,035,353.52 is due to the school sales tax distribution.
All right. Move to approve the 9 resolutions.
Second.
Any questions, comments?
Thanks.
Hold
Thank you.
on, we haven't voted yet.
Oh, sorry.
You did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I would like to make one comment and thank Dave Wadsworth for
Yes.
his using the auto title fund to fund essentially new weapon systems for our sheriff's office. So
Yeah.
thank
And
you.
he helped
Yep.
out last year with the sheriff vehicle, so
Yes,
that was,
yes,
yes,
indeed.
so,
Yes. So roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Thank
Louis,
you.
did an excellent job.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
I appreciate it.
Okay, we will move on now to Scott Miller, our county administrator. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning. I have 2 resolutions for you today. The first resolution is for the Human Resources. We have 1 new hire in Job and Family Services, 1 promotion in Sanitary, 1 rate increase in Office for Older Adults, voluntary transfer from Transit to Maintenance, and 1 resignation in Sanitary. And the second resolution is authorizing an agreement between the Medina County Sheriff's Department and the Medina County Port Authority. This is to run additional fiber into the Sheriff's Office to give them redundancy.
Move to approve the 2 resolutions.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. And next up, we have Shannon Ryan, our Medina County Public Transit Director. Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. I have 1 resolution for your consideration today. The approving submission of an application for the purchase of replacement transit vehicles, 5 of them, under the ODOT, Ohio Transit Preservation Program grant. This is important that we could keep a good state of repair. We've got a good buying schedule right now, so we're going to be buying 5 replacement vehicles for those that are out of use of life. It'll help us continue to drive our maintenance costs down and provide a better quality service, so we're excited about the application. ODOT is releasing quite a bit of funds, and this is one of the ones we want to go after to keep our vehicles looking good and running good.
Excellent.
Very good. Move to approve the resolution.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call?
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you.
Next for department updates, we have Greg Brown from the county homes. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning. Right, so the Medina County home is holding right now at 39 residents, 19 women, 20 men. The adult daycare just reopened yesterday, April 5th. Brian Gallatin put in an advertisement in last week's commissioner's newsletter for us, and Laura Toth from the Office of Older Adults helped me with that as well. With the opening, we've got 2 interviews this week for candidates, and we've got 1 that's returning from last year. With staff shortages, we're still short the 1 second shift part-time LPN, the 1 part-time first shift LPN, and the charge nurse right now that we just hired. She's filling in those gaps while we're waiting to fill those 2 positions. And we are in the interviewing process for a part-time second shift aide right now as well to help out. We did have some positive comments this month. Due to the quick response of Nurse Diana Kerrigan to an emergency medical condition, one of our residents who had to go out to the hospital was informed there that her quick response actually saved the resident from having an amputation. I mean, it was that within 5 minutes of her speedy response. So it was kudos to her. Internal improvements for the home. This month, training for the electronic medical records. It's called Quick Mars, and that'll finally bring us up, to a better standard. Begins this week with the charge nurse, and then we plan on going live April 13th. So that's something that's finally coming about. Donations since the last meeting. Salvation Army continues to provide lettuce through their donations. We had Sharon Center, United Methodist Church, pillowcases, the Kiwanis Club of Medina. They did a ham raffle, and two of the winners donated their hams through the Kiwanis Club. They brought them over, and that was Easter dinner with those two hams at the home, so that worked out well. And then the Medina Coterie donated funds for resident supplies for their activities. Just got something in the mail. Collaborations, the Medina County Health Department, they're always working with us. And this time we had a resident who needed her second vaccination. They allowed us to go over to the fairgrounds there to pick up hers, so now that she's got her second shot. And then we assisted Access the Arts of Wadsworth for grant preparation. They're going to be offering music lessons for some of the residents this year, so that'll be great. Some of the events, just one event was kind of funny. So this Sunday, we did have an Easter Bunny appearance at the home, and dropped off goodies that might have looked kind of like me with rabbit ears on, but there were no pictures, so there is no evidence of that. And then for COVID updates, here's the good one for the home. So we did. November was when the indoor-outdoor visitations stopped. We just started them up on the 29th of March. So that meant that all the residents that needed families to visit them for the Easter weekend were allowed to. And currently, 87% of the residents are now fully vaccinated according to CDC guidelines. And in 2 weeks, that resident that just got her second one will make us up to 90% of the residents will be fully vaccinated.
Super.
Yes.
And Greg, are you doing any kind of a testing protocol for staff and residents?
So now that where we're at here, prime example, if something does happen, we would do the CDC guidelines. We would isolate, watch, and then test on an individual basis if the signs or symptoms showed themselves, which we have the ability to test now as well.
Okay. But you only have to test if there are symptoms.
There are symptoms, correct.
I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
Correct. Yes, only if there's symptoms.
Okay.
That's all I have.
And any plans or there for outside activities or any of that starting to ramp back up? This
is my month as we're slowly ramping into that. The residents are out walking now, outside, getting in the warm weather. My activities aide has been on vacation, but now that she comes back, we begin our outside events, and then starting in May, once it stays consistently warm, then we'll also start going in our ice cream truck out to some places to do some nature walks and things like that. So we will be getting out.
Excellent. Very good. Cool.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greg. Next, we have Denise Testa, our Planning Services Director.
Actually,
Rob Henwood.
Launch with some very, very good news.
Rob first. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. I'm very pleased to announce that Medina County has been awarded $389,000 in critical infrastructure funding for the Lafayette Township Bridge and Road Replacement Project. Lafayette Township and Medina County will be contributing $1,000 each, and the Park District will contribute $40,000 in in-kind donation. Lafayette, the infrastructure project will include the installation of a new bridge and public street to provide safe ingress and egress for a neighborhood that is currently isolated. The bridge is in such is in such disrepair that township maintenance vehicles and emergency services vehicles will not cross the bridge. And the fire department has to carry an extra 1,000 feet of hose to provide fire suppression in this neighborhood. The project will replace the existing bridge and construct a new roadway which will connect to Lake Road. And the new roadway will be asphalt, 20 feet in width and approximately 1/3 of a mile long. And the bridge itself will be a 4-sided box culvert. We're very excited that this project is going forward. This has been in the works for a long time, and we're very pleased to see it come to fruition.
A long, long time.
Yes, definitely.
So this bridge is on Euclid Avenue
Correct.
in Chippewa Lake, and it is one of the old bridges
Yep.
that went from the park into like a
I
little
understand, yeah.
residential community
Mhm.
that was all cottages and cabins back in the day, but now folks
Live
back
there year-round, correct.
Year-round. And there's also a county sanitary engineer or sanitary lift station, I think, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah.
That is right in that area, so this would be very helpful for servicing that.
Yeah, we're very pleased to be able to make this come to fruition.
Yes, yes, very good. Excellent, that's great, really
I
great
did-
news.
I
It's
did
been
have a
a long time
question.
coming.
On a different topic, a month or so back, you guys, Planning Commission was looking at the development on 130th and Hinckley, and I saw in the newspaper that their BZA rejected something. Is that still gonna go forward?
As far as I know, they just need to go back and retool things with the BZA.
Oh, okay. So they're gonna just change the development a little bit, or?
We work with the applicants when we run into stumbling blocks like that to make sure that we can work through things. Usually there's a way. We just need to put our pencils to the grindstone.
Good.
Well, that was the one with, like senior the
Right.
intention was senior housing.
Mhm.
Correct.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay,
it was
yeah.
the Eastern Post had an article on their BZA
missed that.
rejecting something on that, so I just didn't know what stage it was in yet.
So,
Kind of back to the drawing board for the moment.
Okay,
quick
okay.
question on this, who actually ends up doing the, I guess, project specifications, the bidding and so forth?
We'll be working in conjunction with the engineer's office and the sanitary engineer's office to help them bring some expertise into the bid preparation process.
Got it, okay. Good.
But is this, because the Park District actually owns the land? is that
Correct.
Correct, and the bridge. So is this technically a Park District project? Or
It's
is it-
actually a Lafayette Township project because we're going to be constructing a public road.
Right.
Oh, really?
Right.
Mhm.
So it'll be dedicated then to the township? It'll
Correct.
become a township road?
Correct.
Ah, very good. So it'll become a township bridge?
Yes.
Well,
And-
actually, a county bridge, right?
Well, yeah, you're right.
It's a
County bridge,
County
but
bridge.
Township road.
Township
Yes.
road, correct.
Yes,
Yeah, you're
so
right.
that's
That-
by the highway engineer. yeah.
That was one of the stumbling blocks previously when we turned in the application, was the land was in private ownership, and
That's
the
right.
federal government wouldn't put money into a private improvement project. And so once the Park District purchased the land, that made it able for us to submit again and be considered for the funding.
Excellent.
Super.
Very good. Good job, Rob.
Thank you.
I know this was a lot of work and a lot of
Now the hard,
rework.
now the hard work starts. Now we got to actually get it built. But
Yeah.
I'm really, really excited to watch this kind of develop and come.
Is there a time frame? Do you have any idea when they'll actually start?
Let me take a look here. I knew that was going to be one of the questions. The work completion date, we have until '23 to actually get it done,
Okay.
till March of '23. We are hoping to get construction started this year.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, another road closing project.
Yeah, but.
I like to think of this as a road opening project.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you have to close it to reopen it, you know?
Yeah.
So, excellent, very good. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
I just have a few.
Oh, now we have Denise.
He was the headliner. It goes downhill from here. But again, I've appreciated Rob's work on this, and he has been a tremendous colleague in my first really 6 months in this position. So just give you a quick update. You received the April Planning Commission items, the Brunswick Hills map amendment. Thank you, Steve, for your assistance and comments regarding that, as well as the Westfield map and text amendment. So those are, we anticipate to have some discussion around it, but we're excited to present that tomorrow night. We've also received 2 concept plans that we're very excited about. One is the Kubala Farm in Hinckley, 87 acres, 28 lots, and Hickory Hollow in Liverpool Township, 24 acres with 20 lots. So we're very excited to meet with those representatives this month. I believe that's the 21st, if I remember correctly. We also, I had sent you a note about Dave Williams being appointed by Mayor Labaugh are there any questions regarding that or comments?
He always did a great job.
Yeah.
I fully support that. Yeah. Dave was a great addition, and I was sorry to see him leave the commission, but as we always say, just like kids, we all return home, right?
Finally, the subdivision regulations work group will be launching this April. Cliff Nowak has agreed to co-chair that with me. So with his suave and my technical guidelines, I think we make a good team. So we also, for CDBG, the remaining projects in Harrisville, Lodi, Montville, and Wadsworth, we are in the process of completing the procurement process for that, so you might be seeing some additional information. We are still waiting to hear from Brunswick Hills regarding the demolition. So I spoke with a couple of individuals, one from the prosecutor's office and also Brunswick Hills, and they are still working on that process for to see if the landowner will sign the paperwork. So they are still working on that, and I just received an update on that this morning. We've also signed the CHIP contract regarding with the Ohio Regional Development Corporation, and we've scheduled 2 public hearings for the CHIP. And then also fair housing is going to ramp back up again. We have scheduled I believe about 18 presentations between this month and October in cooperation with the city and Sandy Davis. And so you will receive some marketing materials and announcements for that in the short future. So with that in mind, are there any questions?
You guys are doing great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sounds like there's a lot of activity, which is a good thing.
Like I said, it's always sunny in planning.
Yep. Very good. Now we'll move on into a discussion session. Steve, you want to lead us off?
Yeah. I have we had a request from the city of Brunswick, and then through their consulting group, L&E group, that goes, they are applying for a grant through the federal government, Gonzales, and this is one of those community projects. I think they had shared with us last week, because there's a fairly short time frame for this community project, I think April 9th, and I know our various departments have been informed, likewise, there's various pots of money, but this one specifically involves a project that essentially affects not only Brunswick, but also a little bit over into Hinckley at the Healy Creek restoration, and they're looking for a letter of support. And so I said to bring it to discussion. They had received $500,000 from a capital budget, so I was aware of the project. That's why they contacted me.
This brief description was good.
Yeah,
The
and
packet.
that's what I was looking for. And we had given them at the state level, but now they have an opportunity to add some federal funding to a $3.7 million project. All the better. So I think at this point, I just hopefully agree that we'll just do a letter of support. And obviously, if there's any other communities out there that are doing some of these kind of projects, please let us know and we can evaluate them. And I don't see any reason why we shouldn't support going after some of this grant money. But it is a fairly quick turnaround, as we know, for some of these things.
Yes, I'm good with it.
I am too.
Super. All right, good. That's all I've got.
Colleen, do you have any?
No, we got the email from Andy on that one, but I'd rather have one of them here to talk about that, about the member designated project.
Right, yeah. I would
Yeah.
agree.
So we'll wait till one of them is here, I would think.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Shannon, do you have anything? I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, we're going to be going out for RFP for a strategic plan consultant.
You probably need to go.
Yeah.
Sorry, microphone. We want to let, obviously, all
Thank
our
you.
Facebook fans.
Yeah, we've determined we're going to go out for an RFP for a strategic plan to be produced by a company. We are going to be working on it through our procurement process. Should take a little bit of time, but it'll help us develop a more near-term and long-term plan for our transit for the county. We feel that we're benchmarking some other agencies that are doing this. Seems like it'll solidify some of the ideas we currently have and bring up some things that we need to do holistically for transit for the region to counterbalance some of the NOACA planning, I think, if I put it that way.
Now, when was the last time that the county did for the transit?
It's been quite some time, over the last
years.
probably 10, 11 years
Yeah.
ago. There have been some other surveys done, but they've been from a partial planning not an operational, a strategic, and a marketing, and the things that we want to do, be able to do long-term. So we're going to find out some things and solidify some ideas we already have, so.
So Shannon, is this going to be specifically for Medina County planning or transit? Or are you going to try to broaden it a bit and include maybe some other transit agencies, at least in the process?
It's a good question. We've done our reach out to the Express 18. It's been a Summit County partnership. We're also working on some Cuyahoga connection and into recently from Brunswick up into Strongsville. So I think you're going to see some things partner, but it will mainly be for Medina County. But I think we're going to touch some other counties in a positive way, economically, job growth, mobility freedom for people moving in and out of the county will probably be part of it, but more majority of Medina.
Okay.
We're going to do a fairly quick turnaround on this, correct?
I've pretty much got the RFP ready to go.
Right.
Been working
Well, I
on
mean,
it.
The
So
intent is to immediately start going into the planning as once the consultant
That
is
is correct.
selected, and that by the end, let's say this fall or so forth, we've got it pretty well put together. Would that be correct?
I would say, from what I've seen in benchmarking, it takes a while to choose the right person,
Right.
the right company. But yeah, we're going to move quick to have the
The reason I'm
be
saying
responsive.
that is because what we're seeing, I think, unprecedented amount of money going not only at the state level, but certainly at the federal level for transit. And so in order to access those dollars, you have to have plans in place. So I think absolutely, it's the absolute correct move for us to go ahead and develop this plan and make sure as dollars are available elsewhere, we've got a plan in place and we're using the money wisely in a way strategically that makes sense long-term for transit. So I
That
think
is
this
exactly on point. Exactly. You need to have a plan in place
Yep.
when the funding becomes available. Then you're positioned well.
Yeah, and just this grant application, we're going to encourage from Brunswick, kind of shows if you've got a plan and you're actually working toward it, when the opportunity arises, you can grab it. So we need to have the plans in place to be able, for the transit system, to be able to do the same thing as they
Yes,
become available. Would you
absolutely.
correct? Okay.
Yes. Thanks.
Good.
And we have not forgotten about the bus ride.
Yes.
So maybe, as COVID here sort of winds down,
Sure.
maybe we could put something in place for, or pick a
Yes.
date in May.
Yes.
That we can do a
Yes.
ride.
Totally agree.
So I would suggest maybe a
So we still do
Tuesday-
the Amish?
a Tuesday afternoon.
Our South
Amish
Circular is very popular on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Some of the plans we have later on next year will be to connect the southern part of the county and just like we're planning to connect the northern part of the county in the very near future. But the south side of the county has a lot of potential. I rode in today to the commissioners meeting from the office, and I saw two very large companies offering a very large bonus for signing bonuses for work.
Right.
So we're going to be partner with them here in Medina to bring people, give the opportunity to come to work and work in these what seem to be very lucrative jobs right here in Medina that need to be filled. So hopefully we can pull some people in.
Right. Excellent. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shannon.
Excellent, very good. Thanks.
Scott, you have anything? John? No?
I did want to say one thing. Thanks, Scott, for all his hard work on the bond project. We really did secure a wonderful rate at, 2.6?
Yes, great.
It's incredible, and it was a lot of work, so I just wanted to thank him for that.
And that will be funded in 2 weeks, right?
We should have the money on the 15th.
Yep. Excellent. Yeah, a little over a week. Good deal.
It really is an
Fantastic.
incredible interest rate.
I'll be even more excited when we start seeing action over across the street.
Well, Scott,
It's coming.
it's
I
coming.
know.
Yeah, it won't be long. I have nothing, so
Move to adjourn?
Second.
roll call, please.
Hambley?
Yes.
Sweattick?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes. Thank you. Have a great week. We'll see
Steve,
you all
your
next
Humane
week.
Society email was excellent. This was the one.
Oh, okay, well, thanks.
This is
Yeah.
the one.